Hello my friend, Jimmy Mawson here. It's a great day for breakthrough. In today's video I want to talk about the power of the plan. The power of the plan. And you've probably heard the saying, fail to plan, plan to fail. And this is something that I've realized that is quite key in any kind of entrepreneurial pursuit, is that you have a plan and that you actually work the plan. For a long time my mentor was talking about making a plan and kind of planning, far ahead. And obviously that comes from having a vision, and that comes from establishing what exactly your why is, and what it is that you want to achieve in your life, but also in your business. And I realized something quite early on, that you need to have a plan that extends over not just the extension of your life plan and your business, but also just that you can actually break down into a daily workable plan. And so something that my mentor has really been kind of challenging me on is just the idea of creating a plan that expands over your next year, and then it breaks down to your daily plan. And there's something so powerful about that, because often, because we don't plan, we end up failing. We don't have any kind of clear direction, and we know what we want to achieve in our lives. We kind of have this idea of, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, I want to be successful, I want to retire, spend more time with my family, all of that kind of good stuff. But we don't really have the clear plan to make that happen. And so many people, in fact, up to like 97% of people in entrepreneurial pursuits, and especially in home business, online business, tend to end up failing and not succeeding and not achieving what they set out to achieve. And it can be years before they get anywhere near having what they wanted to have. And so I've realized that if you can establish a plan, a clear plan of action, not just kind of airy fairy ideas, but real planning, real down to the T. What is it going to take? What is my income kind of goal, and what is it going to take to actually make that happen? What is it practically going to take for me to produce that income yearly, monthly, and weekly, and then daily? And if you can establish that stuff, if you can establish that in your day, and you can really start to see a breakthrough in your actual success and in what it is that you actually achieve in your business. And so I encourage you just to make a plan. Now the struggle with this is that it can be a challenge taking time out to plan, because most of us, we just want to get started making that money. We want to get started making that money. But the problem comes is that if you don't have that plan, very often you don't actually know what it is that's going to take to actually make you that money. And so you have to be willing to take time out of your schedule and just say, you know what, I'm going to focus on making a plan. I'm going to spend some time focusing and making a plan, and making a clear plan of action that's going to break down into my daily action steps, that is going to start producing me income. Jimmy Mawson signing out. Get started on that plan today. Blessings.